And now I've disconnected it from the machine after I gave it a chance to outgas nicely to make sure that everything was primed. And here's what's coming out. What came out into this syringe was about 60 when I had it set for 70, and it just came directly out of the machine 60 when it's set for 70. Now I'm going to do the same thing again, virtually identical with the Ozone machine. Here the syringe is on the vacuum pump port. The concentration is set to 70. I'm going to press vacuum to make sure the whole system is clean. We have a nice negative pressure. Now I'm going to press infusion. Concentration 70, and this is filling up with gas. At 70. I'm going to press pump, but to be fair to Ozone, as I was with the other machine, I'm going to flush this totally and then pump in another 60. And we're just about there. Now we're going to go calibrate it. I've just attached the Ozone syringe now to the calibrator. It started at 0. Remember, we started at 70. And this is coming in at 68.2, which is more than respectable. So what that Ozone machine was producing and delivering to the patient was 68.2 set to 70, and the Hermann machine was 59 or 60 at best when set to 70. So while we're here and I'm poisoning myself by breathing ozone, I'm doing some more testing on this machine. And right now it's on rectal insufflation. I have an empty syringe here. You can see that it goes up to 60 cc's. And I'm going to press the deliver 50 button, which is right here. And now we're going to go take a look and see what it gives. And it gives over 65 cc's. It might have been more than that, but the syringe itself stopped it. Now we'll see what 25 cc's does. I have it set at 0 because I'm tired of breathing it. Oh, and it went up to over 30. It went up to about 33 when I was trying to deliver 25. So that's an indication that there's some inaccuracies in what this machine tells us it's doing. So here we've got where the Hermann machine is doing its best. I have it set at 70. I pumped 360 cc's into my calibrator, 10 cc's at a time. I'm still pumping it in, you can hear it. And it's keeping it at about 63. It is barely at the 10% mark. It's just under 10%. Just slightly worse than 10% off. So when you think you're giving 70, you're giving 62.7. Let's pump in 25 and see if that makes any difference. So I'm pumping in 25 and that doesn't make any difference. So it's slightly more than 10% off on rectal. All right, so we're back with the Hermann machine, and I tightened the syringe, and we're going to put in 50 cc's of gas and oxygen, because I don't want to breathe it, so I'm going to press 50, and then after I press it, you see what happens here. It went all the way to the top, which means there's more than 65 cc's in here, and there's still pressure left. Meaning there's probably still about another 10 cc's in here. So giving somebody 50, you're actually potentially giving them 75 or maybe even 80. While you're doing that, I'm going to push this out. And there's 0 pressure in here. And now we're going to press 25. '25 stopped at 32 here. So you really don't know what you're giving here, which is of concern. And there's still pressure in here. So let's suck out the pressure and see what we really got into this syringe. We got 35 when we asked for 25. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to stop it.
Flushed.
We flushed it.
Good.
Now we're going to put this on the syringe, and we're going to pump in 60 cc's through that, and we want to see what happens. That's reading 48, and the machine said 70. And look what I'm doing, get me too, because I'm just pushing it in from the syringe. Okay, and that said 40. That says 47. Okay, so we're good there. You can stop it. Okay, now it's rinsing, and then it's going to give me the opportunity to make it flow. So this is what I didn't turn before. All right, now it's flowing. So now that should go up to 70. $56. All right, so that's 20% off. All right.
Let's wait a minute. That's it. Yeah, 56.
All right. Now for the main test. I believe this is the hyperbaric port. We're going to have ozone come up under pressure here. I'm going to use this three-way stopcock to keep the pressure in the machine and then siphon off like a sniffer into the tube that goes to this machine. So we're going to do infusion. We're going to go 70. Okay. It says activate air trap. Air trap is ready. So now it's ready to give ozone. Okay, so it's at pressure, it's under pressure, and now I'm going to slowly bleed this into the machine by turning the stopcock. And now some pressure should go into the machine. Oh, maximum, okay. So now, if I turn, oh, that's the problem. We didn't open this. Now, when I turn it this way, it should bleed into the machine. Okay, now you can check this because it's bleeding into the machine. And that's what it's putting into the machine. That's under pressure. All right, it's putting out 35 under pressure. Come here and we can see what the pressure is. See, I'm keeping the pressure up with this three-way stopcock, and I'm only bleeding it into the machine. And the machine says 35 right now. I mean, the analyzer over here, so look at the analyzer, get the analyzer, it says 35. Okay, so therein lies a problem. You can, and see, I'm keeping this under pressure. It's never getting too low, but it's making it under pressure. This was the purpose of the trip here today, was to check this under pressure. And now I'm keeping it, let's see, I want to bleed it slowly. Okay, so that's the ozone that it's making. 36 when it's set for 70. And you can see the 70 set right here, correct?
Correct.
Okay, you can stop it for the moment. Therapy. Ozone volume is 200. So we're going to check and see how much ozone is this actually delivering, because it says 200. So here's how we're going to do this one.
Yeah, you want to use the bathroom.
We're going to put this 60 cc syringe on here. And we're going to allow this syringe to fill with ozone
You want to use the restroom?
and then push it through that. So first thing, I'm going to just take air and I'm going to flush the machine with air and get that back to 0. So take a look at the machine. It has fallen close to 0, right? That's good. All right, so we're starting at about 0. I don't expect it to go down all the way to 0 because there was some ozone there, but it's at 0.3 or to 1. So now we're going to go back to treatment. And we're going to do infusion, 70, and we're going to press OK. All right, so the air trap is ready, and it's gone up to 0.8 bar. Now we're going to collect some gas. And here's how we're going to collect it. Right here. Oops. Ozone. Okay. Now I'm collecting ozone. Under pressure. You can see the pressure. I'm gradually collecting it. And we're going to collect it at about 60 cc's. Now we'll turn off the machine and I'm going to flush it. Now I'm pushing it through the analyzer. And we're back to 57 like we were before. Remember, we were at 57. Now we're going to do this again and I'm going to collect ozone in the syringe again. And I'm going to collect another 60 cc's. There's 60. So now we've collected 120 cc's and I'm pushing it. I turned this off to the machine, so I'm pushing it through the analyzer. And the analyzer is continuing to read ozone at the same concentration. And now we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to collect ozone yet one more time. And here's, I'm collecting it here. Another 60. And now it's going into here, so that's 180. It's been at 56 for 180, and now we're going to do it one more time. At least one more time. So this is the fourth syringe full of 60. And let's see what it's got. It's still the same. So this now has put out 240 cc's of gas. And it's still, I'm pushing it back in here. This is the fifth syringe where it's putting out ozone, and it was only scheduled for 200 cc's. We're going to do this again. Shut it off for a moment. This is infusion 1. So this is infusion 2, ozone, and let's see what it puts out. I'm not sure that this thing is stopping after 200 cc's like it's supposed to. All right, you can see this is the first syringe of 60, and I'm pushing the first syringe of 60 at 70 through, and it's reading 55. This is syringe number 2. And now I'm pushing it through the machine, so that's syringe number 2. That's 120 cc's. Now we'll go to syringe number 3. And this is syringe number 3. And what's it reading?
55.
And this is syringe number 4. And take a look at what I do with the clip so everybody can see what I do with the clip. I turn the clip off to the machine, which allows me to pump it through. This is the 4th. And now we'll do one more. So, this is the 5th. That's 300 cc's now, and it's still putting out ozone. So there's no limit on the number of cc's of ozone. Let's do it one more time. It says 70, our machine is saying 56. And I've just done a couple more flushes here. Okay, and it's still putting out ozone. We've taken out several hundred cc's, 300 cc's or more, when it was set for 200. And actually now the concentration has gone down. So let's see, we'll do one more here. This is now the 6th one, and now I'm pushing it through. Oh, it does say 52. Okay, good. So that's good enough. So we're running again. We're going to do insufflation. 10. Okay. And we're going to try and collect 200 cc's of gas in here. So there's 50, and now it's filling. I can feel it fill. So that's 150 done. Let's do another one. There's another 50 done. There's another 50. And this is the last 50. So that's 200. All right? Now we'll turn it off. There should be 200 cc's in here.
At what gamma?
10.
10.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to suck out the ozone from the bag in here, because we're going to measure how much is in the bag. So here comes 60 out. Now we're going to pump it into the machine, into the analyzer. So there's 60. I'm less interested in the concentration on this first one.
13, 10.
It should go
12.
down, it should go low.
11.
Okay,
Good.
so it's accurate at that low, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is 2, that's 120. Okay, look at what I'm doing. That was 120, that was 2, this is the 3rd. And we're pumping it through there. No, that's okay, the concentration is good there. So that's 3, that's 180. And now we're going to turn it here and see how much gas we get out. That was good. Okay, 210. 70.
That's the gamma you're saying?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to analyze it at. Okay, that's
So
working.
now hit ozone.
Now we're going to hit ozone. And I just want to be sure that
That looks like it's closed. That's going to send it that way.
I don't want to close. I don't want to send it that way.
Right. There you go. That looks...
However, okay, I want to send it this way under pressure. So actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, so go ahead. And it's under pressure right now, right? So we want to let some gas go into, there it is, now it's going into the analyzer. Take a look and see what it's saying. It says 70 here. Now it's going up. Okay, it says exactly what it did before when those things were not plugged. It's going back and forth between 44 and 70. Excuse me, 44 and 53. This says 70 right now, and that's saying in the 40s. And I'm keeping it under pressure with this.
What's the measurement system?
It's standard units of ozone. This is the absolute best standard units.
Micrograms per milliliter?
Micrograms per milliliter, yeah. Micrograms per milliliter. And that's the concentration that this is putting out now under hyperbaric conditions.
It's low.
Yes. And I'll show you another thing that you might be interested in. Okay, Phil. All right. So now we will put the syringe on here. And that says 70. That says 70, and now I'm pumping it through the analyzer. And it says 50. Is that what the analyzer? Yeah,
50.
it says 50. The analyzer says 50.
Let's try an 80, okay? So this is at 80.
All right, it's on 80. And I'm pushing this through. What is it now?
56.
So it went up a couple points. The machine says 80. This is putting out 56. Okay. I'm satisfied. Okay. Is that on video?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It doesn't tell you on this phone.
All right. Here we go.
Professional wants to come in for like a Myers push.
There you go.
Exactly, we're just gonna do.
So it's 56 on syringe. And okay, we can go.
Okay, good, yeah, because
Today's the 27th. We're here with Dr. Caslow. Say hi, Dr. Caslow.
Hello, everybody.
And this is his green machine, and he's able to disable the
Well, we think we will.
gas sensor just with a shoelace. So we'll use that to try and analyze this machine.
Okay, what do you want to do first? Infuse it, or
This
do
is set at
Polo
12.
At 12, so I'm really giving,
Oh, you got an issue here. Okay, so that's 9.4.
so it's
Okay.
lower, okay?
Okay, so now the machine is set at 35. We just filled this with 35.
Yep.
Fair,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So we're going to pump this through.
Let's see. It's a little generous.
No, I'm not going to be too upset with that. Yeah. Oh, okay. So
Oh, wow.
right now you're on syringe. It says 70, and you're getting 85.
That's why I tend to use less.
I don't consider that a very reliable machine.
Okay.
All right. So take your finger off.
Just a prelim.
Right. So flush it. Now put it on there and push it through.
It's about the same.
It's about, yep.
In terms of, yeah, so
Okay.
All right, so we're
So you're going to run rectal ozone at 50 ml.
and I'm going to sniff.
87. Look at that. It went up to 87.
Is not leaking any ozone here.
Okay, and it's
No.
dropping fast because it
It's-
stopped.
right.
So let's give another 50 at 70. It says 70,
It's 83.
and we're going to give another 50. And if we keep giving, so we're giving 84 every time this presses. Your machine says 70, and my analyzer says 85.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So now we have it on continuous flow.
I'm going to sniff down there to see through the sniff test. No, there's no ozone coming
Okay,
through,
so-
so it's not leaking.
Permanent taking. Okay, now that should have turned it on.
Bounced is right up. 80.
Okay, 80. So your machine says 70, and in my opinion, it's lying to you. Okay? Because the analyzer says 80. It's more than 10%.
Yeah,
And if there
that's-
was a built-in analyzer, my machine should be within 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That's that's too much.
All right. So
Say
So
that
we're
again.
going to give Terry some ozone, and I need to adjust this, at least temporarily, to don't give her more than 70 gamma.
We do need to adjust it. However, we have not tested it under pressure yet.
Okay?
So let's test it under pressure.
Okay.
Because I mean, at this point, you are admitting you don't know what you're giving your patients.
Well, I have a better idea,
You
yes.
have a bit right.
But I want to know what my max is.
Yeah.
I'd much rather use less
Yeah.
than more.
All right, so we're going to give ozone into the syringe. And now we're giving ozone, and it's under pressure.
Show us the syringe.
Here's the syringe, but you have it at rather low pressure. So I'm filling up the syringe, and you can see the pressure that's in the syringe.
Right.
You see it? Okay. So I'm manually keeping the pressure up. And now we're going to push it through the machine.
Still higher than I knew.
It's still higher than it should be. So let's go the other way. The other thing we need to do is see how many cc's of ozone the thing is delivering. So now that was 60 cc's, right? So this is 120 cc's. And now we're pushing it through the machine. This should be going.
You've got something turned off.
Oh, it wasn't putting any more ozone out. Let's turn it off. Let's start it over. The ozone volume says 200 ml, right?
Right.
Okay. Reinfusion pressure is high. It was already high. So we're going to click OK, and now we're going to come back, and now we want to see how many cc's of ozone this actually puts out. Okay? So we're going to go to infusion. We're going to press 70, press OK. It's now flushing at 70. Air trap's ready. Now we're going to get ozone. And this thing is filling up now with ozone under pressure. You're in agreement?
Yeah.
All right, we're keeping the pressure up. Now we're going to flush it through the analyzer. Here we go. It's going through the analyzer. It hit 77, and now it's falling rapidly. And I can tell you why it's falling rapidly. I've already figured, well, it's now 70. So let's get another 60 cc's of gas. So we're taking another 60 cc's of gas under pressure.
Right.
And now we're going to throw the stopcock, and there's 0. Now I know why you're not getting the results you want. and I will explain to you. This was set to give 200 cc's of ozone. Wouldn't you agree?
Right.
You didn't even get 60, because now we took 60 cc's of gas out,
Right.
and then on the second 60 cc's, there's 0 ozone. Watch. This is the third set. So you could go ahead and do a treatment on Terry, but you're not giving her any ozone.
Well, the question is if you had a 200 cc, we need a bag to figure it out, maybe.
I did this on the other machine, exactly as I'm doing it now, and it never stopped putting out gas. Now,
So the question would be, can you hook this up?
so
and
it's
see-
0.
Well, I would say, Robert, I think what you want to do now is take the syringe out of the loop and run it and see that you won't be able to measure that you got 200.
You need to measure how many cc's of
No, but I
ozone you
mean,
got.
you want to find out at what point does the machine say, oh, I'm not going
At this point, we've determined so far, apparently, that this machine isn't making ozone beyond maybe 20 cc's.
yeah, some small amount of,
Some small amount, right?
right,
So
in terms of volume.
you're doing it. You're even on a single pass. You're not even getting enough ozone into the patient.
Doesn't seem to be,
Doesn't-
but
okay,
let's
now
see.
video this now. Keep it
Okay,
running.
here we go.
All right, so we're going to press infusion. 70. Okay. Now it's flushing. Now we have to arm this.
Sorry.
It's ready to go. And now I'm going to press ozone and we're going to fill up this syringe. Now the syringe is coming. Look, you can see pressure. So there's pressure and the syringe is filling on its own. 60 cc's of gas. It stopped. The generator
Yeah,
stopped.
we heard it change. I did hear it.
You heard it.
Now
Now
we're flushing through
we're flushing through,
at 81.
and it put out 80 when you said 70. And now we're going to take out another bunch of gas. And let's see what it puts out.
So you're not pulling it out. The machine is pumping.
That's correct. The machine was pumping, and now
Now-
you're getting 0 as it goes down.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, say that again, Jeremy. Are you getting the picture? You had that set for 200
So let it
cc's.
fill,
The machine is filling on its own. I'm not sucking.
Oh my gosh.
Okay?
Okay, now you're flushing it back into the
Right.
machine.
Into the analyzer.
Right. Because
That's
the
correct.
stopcock is down.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna take this off. We're just gonna do. No, it doesn't smell like anything.
There's no ozone at this point. So, okay? So, Jeremy, what did you just notice?
You're not. That's. I don't even want to think about it. Yeah, you're giving your initial dose is too high, and then it's done from there.
Your initial 40 to 50 cc's is too high, and then the machine
Shuts off. So you'd have to you have to divide the 80 gamma into 3 times the volume, right? Technically.
Yeah, so you're giving 20 gamma per treatment.
Yeah, and that's not how it works.
No.
You're not supposed to how it's work. Yeah.
And you told me before the reason why we're here is because you said you weren't getting results with this machine.
Unless we linked it up with.
Unless you linked it up with this machine over here.
Yeah.
And when you linked it up with this machine
That's when
in
we started
line,
seeing
then you
better-
started seeing results.
better results,
So
better
all
results.
of your results were coming from this
Well,
guy.
a good portion of them. We weren't seeing the results we were expecting
Right.
out of this.
Now
out
you
of
know
the-
why.
Yeah.
You're satisfied.
Not really.
No, I mean you're satisfied that we found out
Yeah,
why.
I think so.
Thank
I think
you.
so. All right.
This is, it only got up to 0.6.
I'm going to shut us down in 10 minutes here.
Okay.
This is
We'll do one more pass.
one more pass.
Okay, it only got up to 0.6 and it was set to 0.8. And it shut off the ozone even before it got to 0.8. It shut off the ozone at about 0.6. So we know that even in the egg, it's not putting in any significant amount of ozone, and that in this particular treatment, the hemolumen is doing almost all of the work for Dr. Caslow. Dr. Caslow, would you agree with that, where we are
It's
right
doing
now?
the lion's share is this hemoglobin from Jean Barnett for sure, and it's this also is. we use this a lot.
And
And the
this,
trilumen thing is definitely an advantage.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And this also explains why you were not getting results with the Hermann machine until you put this in line.
Yeah,
Is that accurate?
I think so. I mean,
That's what you told me.
well, that's the assumption. That's the observation. So I don't know what we can do to rectify it. Otherwise, I have a very, very large mini ozone machine for. I'll just use it for proload.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
I'm going to be quiet while we listen to the machine.
But we're going to push ozone now?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
It
So
stopped.
it's shutting off.
It shut off at
So
0.7.
the question is whether or not we're still getting ozone on it. And from the tests we did, I don't think we are.
I don't think you're getting much ozone. at all.
Ozone.
I think you're probably getting the equivalent of 10 gamma, maybe
So
15 at the
the
most.
question is whether or not the machine, it has a shutoff when it hits a certain pressure. But that doesn't mean it shouldn't.
The point is, you don't know what you're doing with this machine.
Yeah, you're not clear how much ozone you're getting. You're getting the pressure through it, so it's going through.
The pressure isn't even going up to what's been set.
Did you
I
swirl ozone?
swirl it,
Oh,
Jeremy,
well,
swirl.
right.
But there's almost no ozone in
Yeah,
the swirl.